Well, good evening, everyone. Good to be in your companies once again. This is Phenomenal Leadership, and I'm your friend, Bishop elect Edlin Scott. Really excited again to be coming into your homes with the broadcasts. So I want you to go ahead and reach out to as many of your friends and let them know that we are live. Yes, we are live with another session of Phenomenal Leadership. This is the 20th day of September 2022. Good to be in your companies. Go ahead and reach out to your friends. Let them know that we're live. We're on two platforms. You can watch us here on the Voice of the Living's page or my own personal page, or you can go over to YouTube, and I've got a YouTube channel there also. Looking forward to a great, absolutely great teaching tonight. We're going to be talking about 7 things wise leaders know. 7 things wise leaders know. And so, really good broadcast. So, you need to go ahead and reach out to your friends. Um, Somebody that you know can really benefit from this, and let them know that join in with us for the next half an hour as we discuss 7 things wise leaders know. Once again, we want to thank all of you that are following us, that have been following us for as long as you've been following us. Those of you that benefit from the broadcast every week, we're seeing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know I didn't come on last weekend, Thursday and Saturday morning. I just had something that's just a little bit beyond what I could have handled. And so we were delayed, but certainly you're not denied. And so I want you to hang on there with me for a great program tonight. And I'm sure it's going to be a blessing to you. But as much as it is important to share this with you, I want you to know that the benefits of it is going to outweigh the risk of hanging with me 9 o'clock on Thursdays and Tuesdays for this broadcast. Because when you are around good leadership creates an environment for growth. Good leadership creates an environment for growth. A farmer that doesn't have any crop is not a good farmer. A shepherd that doesn't have any sheep is not a good shepherd. And so a reflection of the type of leadership you are is shown in the kind of harvest that you come into. And so as you're a good leader, then you're going to have people that are following you that are being developed and they're coming to their full potential. Today on the broadcast, I'm going to share some things out of a book that I've gotten maybe about 3 years ago, called Rewired for Wisdom, Wealth, and Winning in Life. It's a book by Dr. Paul Kreitz. Excellent book. Excellent book. When I got through this book about 3 years ago, I realized that a whole lot of things in my life, in fact, my entire life, needed to be rewired. A friend of mine, Bishop Curry, Calvert Curry, he says it this way: when you've been taught the wrong thing, then you need to be reprogrammed. That need to be reprogrammed out of you, and the right thing needs to be programmed into you. And do you know, the more wrong teachings that you hold on to, it exhibits just how much right teachings you're holding yourself from. So go ahead and reach out to your friend, let them know that we're live with another session of this phenomenal leadership. All right, so 7 things, very quickly. I don't want to keep you all night, but 7 things wise leaders know. Number one, a wise leader understands that character outlives public opinion and reputation. A good character will outlive public's opinion and reputation. Reputation can change right overnight. If you have a bad product, or you've been producing a bad product, all you've got to do is correct that product, and then it'll change your reputation. If people, for instance, if you say you put too much pepper in your food, so your reputation is that you're someone that always has spicy food. So pretty much all you got to do is not make it so spicy, and then that changes that outlook about you right away. I was listening to a friend of mine's talk about, and I love when I see change. I love when I see change. Then I know that something is working. And they had a discipline where they like to row. They just like to fuss. And so they determined now, since I don't like fussing, I'm not going to fuss anybody. If you're not comfortable with a particular discipline, then I don't think you should pass it on to somebody else. So they were known as someone that was a little mouthy and always fussing. And so that reputation changed right overnight because they determined I'm not going to allow that to be me. Now, here's the thing. If you have the wrong character, then your reputation is not going to change, or how people see you. Your reputation is how people perceive you publicly, how people perceive you. Character really is who you are. So if they didn't have a good character, they would not want to influence the public opinion. The public opinion would never change because the character was so intact. But they had a good character, so therefore it was easy to make the necessary adjustments. Sometimes you have to open yourself as a leader to be critiqued, for people to look at you and help you. And so, character number one, that a wise leader knows that your character will outlive public opinion and reputation. The second thing a wise leader knows is they don't manipulate others. You as a leader have to be very careful. All right? You have to be very careful about manipulating. The Bible says that the disobedience is as the spirit of witchcraft. Anybody that you take away choice from, anyone that you take away choice from, it's manipulation. I was talking to somebody the other day and they gave me some advice. And then I chose not to use the advice because I figured I had a good reason why I didn't want to use the advice. So they said to me, I'm not going to tell you nothing no more because you don't listen and you don't take the advice. I said, now, when I appreciate the advice that you offer, I still should be given or be allowed to either accept it or reject it, even if it hurts me. I mean, it saddens you to know that if you had listened, maybe you may not have gotten into what you've gotten into. But it still should be the choice. So as a counselor, I show people all of the right roads and even probably try to show them how, if going down the wrong road, what kind of reward it gives, and then I show what kind of reward going down the right road it gives. But I don't drive you down the right road, and then I don't drive you down the wrong road. It should be your choice. So, a good leader, they do not have to manipulate others. All right? People are tired of being misled and lied to. People are looking for integrity, inspiration, and influence in the leader. Integrity in the leader, inspiration in the leader, and influence in a leader. A leader you can trust, a leader that can inspire me, and a leader with influence. Influence comes about after that relationship. The third thing, a wise leader. See, because there are some leaders that are out there that are just not wise. Wisdom teaches you a whole lot of things. A wise leader leads by priority and not pressure. A wise leader leads by priority and not pressure. Okay? Don't allow your problems to push you. Don't allow your problems to steer you. Allow your dreams to lead you. I was talking to somebody, I think it was Monday, and they were telling me about this whole mountain of things that they have to do. And they asked for my advice, and I said to them, do them one at a time. If you do them one at a time, you'll get through them. If you sit down and stare at them, you'll never get to the end of them. Just do them one at a time. So, wise leaders do not allow pressure to lead them or push them. Wise leaders allow their dreams to lead them. The fourth thing wise leaders know is they value passion. Two things happen within this week. Two things happened to me within this week. Someone that it's real close to me, and they were sick. They were sick, and in them being sick, they I know that they couldn't function. I knew that they couldn't function, and so I got a call early in the morning. Says I'm headed to work. So I said to them, if you're sick, then stay home. And to me, that says a lot. When people reinvent themselves, there are things that you are obligated to do, and when you put yourself out of the way to do things, it means a whole lot. When one time I hired a young lady to be a salesperson, and so by the end of maybe 6 months into it, they were pretty much all over the store. So trying to learn how computer works, try to learn how to build database, try to learn how to make the shop look different, and try to do a whole lot of other things. And I saw passion in that. It's very easy to create a beautiful resume. Very easy. But passion is something totally different. Potential is overrated. Potential is what you put in that resume. You can do this, you can do that, you can do the other thing. But passion is when there are things that you shouldn't do, but you see that it needs to be done, and you go ahead and do it. Passion, I heard one leader said that if you reach to work on time, you're late. Passion brings you to work. If you should be there at 9, Passion brings you there before 9. Potential brings you there at 9. Passion brings you before 9. Because there will always be some unforeseen things that's going to happen that you're not prepared for. You can leave the office today and everything can be in place. And when you come back tomorrow, everything can be out of whack because there's some unforeseen things. And so if you arrive at 9, you're late. But passion will bring you a little earlier. And that makes a lot of sense for me. So, wise leaders value passion. A wise leader looks for passion over potential. Do you fight until you're tired? Or do you fight until it's finished? Passion fights until it's finished. Potential fights until it looks like it's going to kill you or until it hurts too much. But passion stays on the job until it's finished. And so that's why wise leaders look for passion over potential. Number 5. Wise leaders always know that people are capable of more. People are capable of more. You are able to accomplish so much more under a wise leader. Because a wise leader knows how to draw it out of you. Remember, one of my favorite words, people follow you because they have to or because they want to. When people follow you because they have to, you're only going to draw out a certain amount. It's never going to be 100%. But when people follow you because they want to, you're going to always draw 100%. People that follow you because they have to will only give you but so much. They will only make that salary. If there's 12 bottles to be filled, and from 9 to 5, it generally takes that time to fill 12 bottles. If they finish those bottles at 10 or at 12 o'clock, they will sit around until 5 and not fill some more bottles. And I watch it a lot of times. I had some guys working at my house. And no matter what happened, if you add more men to the job site, it's like they were scheduled on doing a certain amount of work every day. And no matter how many extra persons you brought on the job, only that same amount of work would be delivered. But under good leadership, under a wise leader, people can be expected, more can be expected of them because how you handle them. If you show people that they are valued, then you get more out of them. If you show people that they are important, then you get more out of them. If you pat them on the back and highlight their success and give them the credit when they do something great, you're going to cause them to soar. Today I was at work and I was thinking, and all day long I was motivated by the fact that, is this store about me or about them? And so I made it today about them. And I saw every face that came in smile as they left because I made it about them, about them. When you make it about people and not about you, you get more. You get more. I saw more happening. In fact, I gave somebody a bag today, and it was just so much. It was like I gave them so much, and I'm sure the bag it ain't worth a quarter. But their thing was, nobody else gives us a bag. How come we're getting a bag? And so people are capable of more. Those under a wise leadership can accomplish much more than they are presently thinking, imagining, doing, or even being. I was just there. I was just around. I was doing things, getting things done. And then the day I met Dr. Paul Kreitz, he said a few words to me that made me understand that the same Scott that was doing all those other things can do phenomenal leadership. He said, go find your 6 people and talk to them every week. And so he made me feel so good about myself. He made me feel so good about myself. He made me, I don't know if you could call it, give me an out-of-body experience where I saw me sitting there and then I saw me above teaching and sharing and doing. And so I began doing. So a wise leader knows that people are capable of more. Number 6, a wise leader never accepts comments from fools. A lot of times we chase after stuff that don't make no kind of sense. And all it do is just waste your time. All it does is waste your time. So, a wise leader teaches you to guard yourself. You guard yourself from foolish comments and foolish people. You guard yourself from faithless people. You guard yourself from foolish people and their words. Because some things just doesn't make sense. Some things just does not make sense. And finally, the final thing. Wise people understand that if you do not have haters, you are not doing something right. If someone do not have a problem with you, then something you're not doing right. 14 years ago, when I started Morning Glory, I got a lot of discouraging comments from people that I thought should have had something positive to say. And this old lady, she died, she was like 80 something when she died. And so she would always support me. And so I shared with her how I was feeling. And she said pretty much these very same words. She says, if you was not doing something right, you would not draw the attention that you're drawing. But because you're doing something right, you are drawing that level of attention that you're drawing. There's no person in your life that is there neutrally. It's either they love you or they hate you. It's either they're helping you or they are hurting you. So, wise leaders, number 1, understand that character outlives public opinion and reputation. Have a good character. It doesn't matter what the public opinion is. Your good character always produces good things. If anything that you do always gives a wrong result or a bad result, there's probably something wrong on the inside of you. You can't expect good to flow out of a bad heart. Good character is so important. So it will outlive public opinion and good reputation. They do not have to manipulate others. You, as a leader, do not have to trick nobody. You don't have to swing nobody. You don't have to take advantage of nobody. As a good leader does not have to manipulate anybody. People will follow a good leader because of their integrity, because of who they are. You don't have to manipulate. You don't have to lie to nobody. All you got to do is inspire them. All you have to do is just have that integrity, inspiration, and influence. And that's all it needs. You don't need to take advantage of nobody. You do not need to take advantage of nobody. I was at Bishop's house on last night, and he was playing back something. And he was talking about charging for different things, like prayer, and charging for oil and different things. And it was just so powerful to me. There are things that you don't have to do. God will make a way. God will make a way. God will make a way. And I see him do it time and time again. So you don't have to manipulate no one. Good leaders don't have to manipulate. Good leaders just have stand their integrity, their inspiration, and their influence. And you put them in a bush, someone's going to follow them because of their integrity, because of their character, because of their inspiration, because of their influence. Lead by priority and not pressure. Why are you doing this? Man, I running into a deadline. Why are you doing this? I just stressed out. No. Always be focused on your dream. Always allow your dream to wake you up. I tell my wife this all the time, and I believe this with all my heart. I love her. I take care of her. I go to work every day and try to provide for her, irrespective of whether she's a good wife or not. I do it because it's my duty as a husband. I don't care what kind of wife she is. It didn't matter to me. As long as she lives with me, I'm responsible for her. If she make me cry every day, I still have a duty to take care of her because she still is my wife. So don't allow your pressures to lead you. Let your dream lead you. My dream every day is to be a better leader. And so that's why I get up in the morning, because I want to be a better leader. I want to be a better leader in my home. I want to be a better leader in my business. I want to be a better leader in my church. I want to be a better leader to the body of Christ. My pressures don't lead me. It's my dream that leads me. Value passion, value passion, value passion. I started to do Morning Glory a little earlier. So I started a early morning prayer meeting before I go into service. So we start at about 6:45. And so it took a while, or it is taking a while, for the people to get it that, hey, we're going to pray before we go in. And I'm watching the ones that are trying. And I know it's hard. And then sometimes they look around at me and I said, you start. Whether it's just one person there or not, you just start. And I love the passion. I love the passion that I see. And sometimes we go into singing a couple of songs before anybody comes. But It's all about passion. It's all about passion. Passion doesn't come alive when you see a crowd. Passion doesn't come alive when you have the resources to do it. Passion doesn't come alive when someone is cheering you on. Passion comes alive when you are led by your dream. Always know that the ground you cultivate for people will cause them to produce more. If you have a ground where ceiling is on people, they're only going to do but so much. But as a leader, crack the seal, open the ceiling, so that people can be all. You know, like the armies, like the U.S. Thing says, be all you can be in the army. When people come in your space, you create an atmosphere where they can be all that they can be. So, a good leader knows that people can always, or they are capable of more. Never accept comments from fools. Never accept comments from fools. It's a waste of time. That's a fool. If you do not have haters, you are not doing something right. Hey, anybody hate you? Anybody don't like what you're doing? People get upset with you? Chances are you're doing it right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This has been Phenomenal Leadership. I'm your friend, Bishop-elect Edlin Scott. Thank you so much for being a part of the broadcast tonight. Don't forget, Thursday, God's Spare Life, we're going to be back with another session of Phenomenal Leadership. And you can watch us